You were a popular volunteer at Garden View. Everyone there absolutely adored you and looked forward to the times when you were volunteering. They didn't really like the other volunteers because the other volunteers would treat them like objects. For the past few years, you had been dating V and Connie. The two of them would often argue over you, and Connie would often possess V to try to get V and you broken up. It would never work because either you could tell it was Connie based off style of speech, or V would tell you later. One day when you got there, you had noticed that the two girls were arguing again. So you calmly go up to them and say, "All right, ladies, what you arguing about this time?" Then V says, "She's trying to convince me to break up with you again." Then Connie says, "Wouldn't it be so much easier just state one?" Then you chuckle and say, "I'm afraid not, Con. I love the both of you. I don't intend to leave either of you." And plus, it's easier being in love with two than being the enemy of one and in love with the other. After a while, they had agreed to quit trying to get the other to break up with you. Both because they knew that would either break your heart or break theirs. And they figured it was best to just let things be and quit trying to stop it. After a while, you were just talking with Dandy, which annoys V. And so Connie goes up to V and asks, V, what's wrong? I know what happens when you get angry. Then V says, Listener and Dandy are talking. I mean, come on. Listener's too good for him. Why does he even try? And then Connie says, I think he's just talking to them about their next assignment. He has been giving them an awful lot of tasks lately. And then V sighs and says, I guess you're right. After a while, they had noticed that you were scared to go near them. Then Connie decides to go through a few walls and just appear behind you. Then she hugs you tight and happily says, Hey, listener. What's going on, babe? You've been ignoring me and V. That's not normal, even when you're mad at us. And it's not like you to be avoiding us like the plague. Connie can tell you're terrified. And then you say, it's not either of you girls. It's what Dandy wants me to do. I don't want to do it, but he told me that next time I'm near either of you, I am to inject whoever I'm with Iker. I am not doing that. That's why I've been trying to stay away from you girls. Connie can hear the fear in your voice. Usually she would find the fear funny, but since it was you, she was concerned. Then she quietly says, "Okay, listener, honey, meet me and V in the storage room up at warehouse number 2. That way Dandy won't find us. He never goes there." And then you sigh and say, "Okay, but what if he..." Then Connie covers your mouth and says, "He won't. Don't worry." After a while, it was the time when you figured Connie wanted you to go there, so you did. When you get there, you see the 2 girls just sitting on beanbag chairs, with a third in between them. V pats the chair between them and says, "Listener, sweetie, come sit. And since you're kinda scared to argue, you go and sit." And then you nervously ask, "Did I do something wrong?" And then V says, "Listener, honey, we know you're trying to protect us, but come on. What would Dandy do? Everyone gets along with you, so it wouldn't just be us yelling at him if he tried to get you fired. Everyone would. Even the kids. Even the actual tune handlers. Even Shrimpo." And you chuckle and say, "Well, that's the thing. He said that something bad would happen, but it wouldn't be me getting fired." Both of the girls look at you in confusion. Then Connie asks, "Sweetie, did he threaten your life?" Then you nervously say, "I'm not sure. He didn't specify. He just said that if I didn't, he'd do something. And I know that if he were going to fire me, he would have flat out said it. He knows I'm not scared of being fired. Especially since a volunteer can't really get fired. They can just be told not to come back." After a while, they had convinced you to calm down, and the 2 of them decided to have you just stay in the room with them. V plays some calming music. That way you're not having a panic attack or worrying about what's going to happen to them or you. Then Connie kisses your forehead and quietly says, "I love you, sweetie. It's time to go to sleep. You're not going home tonight." You nervously ask, "Why not?" Then V says, Sweetheart, I agree with Connie. You can't. Dandy knows where you live, so we've got to make sure you're safe. Then you nod and just cuddle into the two of them. And then you all fall asleep while cuddling.